You are listening to the Postcast presented by the Locked On Senators podcast. I'm Brandon Pillar, joined by the one, the only Leems Martian at Leems Martian on Twitter, and your Ottawa Senators have just defeated the Washington Capitals 5-2. Another home victory at the CTC. Martian, easy question off the bat. What are the vibes like in the streets? How are you feeling tonight?
They're incredible, Pilsy. What a game. What a game. What a game. Hey, Pilsy, doesn't get any better than this, buddy. That's the line
Hey,
you
someone had to
like to
say
use
it.
nowadays. So, that's exactly the kind of performance that we've been waiting to see all summer long after all these big moves they've been making. So, I'm really excited about it. It was, a little bit of a tense finish, but honestly, the Sens kind of dominated from the beginning of the second period on, right? Like there's a few moments at the end of the game where you thought they might let it slip away, but Forsey was always there, and it was just overall a really fun night.
Martian, I would say they more than kind of dominated. Not a math guy here, but I added up the shots. The Senators outshot the Washington Capitals 37-12 in the last two periods. My God, it was like a whole different game after that first intermission. Let's get into the scoring summary right now. The Washington Capitals got up to a quick 2-0 lead, like I mentioned on Twitter. Ross and I, although you never want to help the other team, we correctly predicted the Capitals goal scorers with our lookout players in Mantha and Oshie. They were up 2-0. Things weren't looking good, but Martian, you didn't lose hope as you messaged us in the group chat at betonline.ag. You thought, hey, the Sens are coming back. I'm doubling down and I'm getting a live bet in here. Tell us about why you were so confident at that point, because the Sens did not look great in the first.
They didn't look great, and they were really having a hard time, I felt like, just handling the puck in general. It was slipping off. I tweeted it out. I said, it looked like everybody was using Timmy's tape job there. There's no tape on their stick. It was just slipping off at the end of their stick every time they touched the puck. But you know what? I knew that wasn't going to continue. That's the kind of thing that once they settle into the game, that sort of stuff is gonna go away. So I felt comfortable with it. I knew, these aren't the same Sens that we were used to watching. I think, they get a little bit of that crowd juice behind them. And then, that combined with having some great new personnel, this is kind of what I expected out of them. So nice comeback. And as I said earlier tonight as well, good teams know how to erase deficits like this. Yeah. And it was really nice to see them do that early here in the season. Just, being down 2-0 and not really panicking. And then, once that momentum swing came, it never went away, right? Washington looked like they wanted to leave halfway through the third period. They were like, okay, these guys are pit bulls right now. All they want is the puck. Let's just get out of here.
Yeah, that is exactly what it felt like. And stick around for the end of the postcast, guys, because as we've been teasing all week long, we have 2 tickets in the 100 section to give away for the Ottawa Senators game
Sweet
up
seats,
against the Dallas
Pilsy.
Stars. Yeah.
Sweet seats.
Incredible. Like, this is not just a cheap little giveaway. This is going to be awesome. And if you've been paying attention to how the Senators do at the CTC, you're going to want to get to that game for sure. So stick around for that. But let's get back to the scoring summary, because the Ottawa Senators down 2-0, and it's Drake Drizzy Batherson who brings this team back up, tied 2-2, back-to-back power play goals. And I believe both of those goals, TJ Oshie is the guy sitting in the box when they happen. So that's tough for a veteran guy like Oshie, and a guy like Batherson, he's going to make you pay if you give him those many opportunities, eh, Martian?
Yeah, absolutely. He just knows how to put the puck in the back of the net when he gets a good chance. And I think he was a little fired up after that first one. And then he gets back out there on another power play. He's like, oh, let's get number 2. Come on. So, yeah, I think he was all fired up. And so are we. And then as soon as that happened, and this is another thing too, Pilsy, right, is the power plays. Like, this was kind of the night where I think they were sitting at a 12.7% power play coming into this game. Yep. And so to bury it in 2 chances in a row like that, that's going to pump that percentage right up to a normal pace.
Big time. And it took a little while, but then the third period comes up, and it's Shane Pinto with that release. I mean, I can't say it enough, Martian. Like, I'm so shocked with how good that release is. It really caught me off guard. And Ross and I had been talking on the show that the third line didn't seem like it was really working, and maybe it's time to switch something up there. Well, yeah. I think we can put that to rest because I thought the third line was one of the best lines in this game as they were creating energy all over the place, hit a bunch of posts. The Sens hit 4 posts tonight.
Yeah.
This could have been a 9-2 game, all things considered. But yeah, what do you think of that third line, Martian?
Yeah, I mean, they're great. And that's another thing that other teams that play the Sens are going to have to deal with every time they play them, right? Like they've got the Stützle line and they've got the Norris line. And then what are you going to do with Shane Pinto, who just seems like he can't stop scoring goals here? 3 power play goals in a row in 3 straight games. Like yeah, so like it's great for him. He's going to get a great matchup for himself every night, and if he can keep doing this, then the other teams are really going to start wondering what they're going to do because you can't cover all these guys at once. So it's great to see, especially on home ice too. When the Sens are at home, it's like they get them all the matchups they want.
Yeah, it worked out great. And speaking, let's stick on that third line. Tyler Mott, he puts the icing on the cake with that beautiful empty net goal. What an effort to get around Alex Ovechkin, hurt of him. That was an incredible job by him,
Yeah.
and that puts the game away. And then this one we loved, Martian, because we had a couple shekels on Alex DeBrincat to score a goal, and he
Not only
hits it.
that and the over, Pillsy. It was a double hitter, so we love those here.
Yeah, exactly. So our friends over at betonline.ag, they may not have loved that, but we sure do here. Martian, now that we've gone through the score, hit me with your biggest takeaway of the game here.
I think my biggest takeaway is just the resiliency of the entire team to be able to be, I've already said that, but just being down 2 goals to a team like Washington and being able to like hang in there and come back and not just hang in there, go into the intermission, reset, and then come out and just dominate, like we said, like throughout the second and third period. The shots on goal. There was a sequence there in the second period where it was like 10 shots in like 2 minutes. It was like they were just firing on all cylinders and they're coming at them in waves. It's like, okay, Watson, Kastelik, and Parker Kelly are out there banging bodies like absolute madmen. They were like when you set up an NHL EA Sports team and you just put 3 huge hitters on the line together and you just run around out there just wearing down the other team. It's exactly like that. And then you just roll the lines and it's just utter domination from there. I was really excited to watch that kind of hockey. It's been a long time for us.
It was an incredible game, yeah, and I love what that fourth line does. Parker Kelly with that big open ice hit, I believe it was on John Carlson, and that really
Great
got
hit.
things going. Yeah, it was a great hit, absolutely.
It's a shame that he's got to fight after a hit like that, but we know Parker, he's going to be willing to do that every time.
Yeah, and that is an annoying thing about hockey these days. When I mean, that's a clean open ice hit. Sure, you just had one of your veterans get embarrassed. So as McMichael, as a young guy, you want to show him you're going to stick up for him, but you shouldn't have to answer the bell for every single clean open ice hit you make. But Martian, my Sens Central, or not Sens Central standout, sorry, my big takeaway from the game is in the podcast, I said the key to victory is shutting Ovi down. I don't know how to do that, but they got to figure a way to do it. Well, being on the Zub was a big part of that, but being on the power play for a lot of that second period and having Alex Ovechkin not really get on the ice much was a big reason why they were able to win this game. And even when he was on the ice, he had the green light to shoot and he was missing the net left, right, and center. He was just forcing stuff at the net. So
yeah,
if you're going to shut down Ovi, that's the way to do it. So I really enjoyed that. And
the one where I was like, the puck was coming to Ovi and I'm like, oh, we're in trouble here. And then Zub blocked it. I'm like, what are you doing getting in front of that, Zub? We need you, man. But what a block.
Especially since it hit his hand, Martian. You saw when he goes
Yeah.
back to the bench, he takes his glove off and he's kind
I
of
know he's a tough guy. We can handle it.
he's giving his hand a tough shake there. Speaking of tough guys, Jake Sanderson gets stitched up and gets back out there. What a warrior. You love to see that. And hey, if you want to be a warrior online sports gambling, there's only one place to do it. It's betonline.ag. Like I mentioned, Martian, this is a great night for not only me and you, but Ross as well, and hopefully other Sens fans that got in the action. And there's only one spot to do it. You got to head to betonline.net because they are the trusted online sportsbook of your Locked On Podcast Network. They got all the best sports scores, podcasts, news, analysis. It's not just hockey, guys. Football's going on right now. Make some bets on that. The Cardinals defense is looking good. They got baseball playoffs, golf, MMA, boxing, whatever you like, they got it. So check out our friends at betonline.net. It's where the game starts. And this game continued to be amazing throughout. And Martian, in a 5-2 game, there's a lot of Sens Central standouts. So we're going to take two each. Hit
Oh
me
yeah.
with your first Sens Central standout here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take the low hanging fruit, Pillsy. I don't do this a lot, but it's got to be Drake Batherson, right? When
Nice.
you're scoring goals on the power play the way he did, you know what? The thing that's understated about his game tonight, though, was his physicality. I found he was
Yeah.
banging bodies out there left and right. I actually think he got credit for. Let me just quickly take a look here. He got credit for. Sorry, I don't have it right in front of me. Sorry, I can't see it. But I think he only got credit. Oh, 3 hits. 3 hits he got credit for. Sorry
Okay.
about that, guys. But yeah,
That's
uh,
okay.
yeah, he was all over the place tonight, and I think he really set the tone for the rest of the team and helped get the monkey off the back of the rest of the team. So he's a momentum swinger out there. I'm gonna go with Drake Batherson.
Big time. I love that. I mean, I believe he got first star of the game, so not a bad answer there, Martian. Um, you know what? I don't care what people think. I'm going with my guy, Tyler Mott. I said it since
Oh
he's got
wow!
here. I love the way this guy plays hockey. Like, he was out there diving, blocking shots. I think he blocked an OV slap shot too, Martian, earlier on in the game. He had
Yep.
another nice block. I thought he finishes the night with a goal and assist. That assist that he had to get it out to Pinto after a nice forecheck from Joseph. That was that third line clicking. He had 6 shots on goal. 1 hit, 2 blocks, like I mentioned. He was 50% in the dot, played over 15 minutes, over 3 minutes shorthanded. Like, these are the kinds of guys, when you start making it to the playoffs, which we hope Ottawa does, it's guys like him that deep into a playoff series, game 6 and 7, that you really notice them making a difference and putting it all on the line. So my first Sens Central standout is going to be Tyler Mott.
Nice choice. Hey, I don't mind that. A little off the board action, Pillsy. You know me more than anyone. I'll appreciate that.
Nice.
So for my second guy, I gotta go with the captain, Brady Tkachuk. Another just outstanding performance for him. He's got what now 3 multi-point games under his
He's
belt
killing it.
to start the season here. Like, he is
Yeah,
on fire at the point. We haven't even seen him drop the gloves yet, and you know that's coming
true.
too. But the thing about him, and it's always kind of the theme, shots on goal. 8 shots on goal tonight
Whoa,
for Brady.
yes.
He was, and he had a few where he kind of whiffed on him or missed the net, and that he didn't even get credit for. He must have had probably 15 attempted shots out there, if anyone's keeping track of that stat. So, and the other thing too is, right, like, it's pretty obvious he is the heartbeat of this team every night. Like, when things start getting a little rough, he's right in the middle of it. When the guys look like they're down, you can see him standing on the bench all the time. So I mean, I love the player, and I think he just had like a very Brady Tkachuk style game tonight, and I love to see it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Good game from Brady. We'll see who he hands off the Sens chain to, as that's their new kind of
He
end of
should
the
just
game
keep
thing.
it.
Hey, not a bad idea. I don't know about you, Martian, and we don't have to get too into this, but
Yeah.
I wish they would have just kept the bike helmet and glasses. The players seem to really gel with that. Brady didn't seem that stoked about the Sens chain, and that's something that's in the Sens merch store. Like, it's not unique, but
Yeah, we need something that makes them look a little goofy, right? So we can screenshot it and make fun of them, and they make fun of
yeah.
themselves. It's kind of a little self-deprecating, but it's that the chain, and that kind of seems like just one of those things where they're like, oh, we don't have something for this. The game's about to start. We better go up into the Sens store and grab something that we can give away to the players. But
Martian, it's the Canadian Tire Center. Head over to Canadian Tire quickly, get a pair of cheap sunglasses and a bike helmet. That's
yeah,
not
I
an
know,
issue at
right? You
all.
send somebody out there, you'd think they would have something, but maybe they just didn't want to do the same thing as last. Maybe they'll eventually turn this into something we like. They just gotta wait for the right guy to get it and give the quote, right?
That's fair. I mean, if we know anything about this team, it's the vibes are high, so they'll make a good situation out of whatever. My second Sens Central standout, hashtag goalie friendly show. This game does not stay where it is without Anton Forsberg. I know I mentioned that there was only 12 shots in the second period, but my God, save of the year, probably, at least as far as the Ottawa Senators are concerned on that. I believe it was Orlov slides it over to Johansson, and it was one of those plays, Martian, where I think everybody kind of knew it was happening.
Yeah,
He opens up and he gets ready, and Orlov really, his body language is pointing right to it. But
yeah,
nonetheless, that's still a save that you have to slide over. You can't cheat too much, otherwise Orlov's going to shoot that. And as a goalie, I can tell you, and Forsberg is probably one of these guys that's the same. As we know, last year he had over 6 wins when 40 plus saves. When you're cold and not getting a lot of shots, Sure, the expectation is you should be able to save 12 shots in 2 periods, but it's hard to stay in the game, and to be able to make a
Man.
big save like that is huge. That keeps them in this game, and eventually they get those 2 empty netters. So Forsberg's my second Sens Central standout.
I love it. Yeah, that was such a big save. Like I was like,
Huge.
"Oh no!" and then there he is. He's got it in his glove. So, what a guy! Unbelievable. Forsey, he's our man.
Yeah, I was
Well, what do
very
you do
stoked
on what do
for
you
it.
do on Saturday then? Because Arizona is kind of one of those teams where it might be nice to give Forsey a break. Do you keep rolling with him and get the big guys out there and get the W there, or you kind of take your chances with Hellberg and get those sexy pads in the net?
I'll go with the latter option there, Martian. I would love to see Hellberg in here. And
Yeah.
although I have the utmost confidence Forsberg can handle it, I think you got to play it safe just because, like Talbot, sorry, his timeline. First, we heard 5 to 7 weeks. Then we heard 3 to 4 weeks. Like, it seems like it's a wide range. So if it ends up being 7 weeks, you got to give Forsey the proper breaks. And no offense to the Yotes, but that's the team to do it with.
I would love to say it's going to be a Josh Brown revenge game, but I don't know if you saw the highlights of the Arizona and Montreal game tonight, and he
It
got
hasn't looked good.
absolutely roasted
Oh, no.
twice. Oh yeah, one of them was like Cole Caulfield was cutting down the half wall and just like stopped him up and totally broke his ankles. So Josh Brown went sliding into the corner.
Yeah.
And then the other one was he kind of had a high hit on Slavkovsky, but then Slavkovsky got the rebound and scored a goal. And then Slav was right in his face, yelling right in his face, like stare down like Shane Wright at the draft table. It was insane. So, I mean, Josh Brown's coming in cold, so we'll see.
I mean, your boy Josh Brown, you'll get to see him there, and we'll see how he does up against the Senators on Saturday at 4 p.m. But if you want to head to the game after that, you're going to want to head to our giveaway, and everyone here, you're going to watch the live giveaway draw as we are going to be giving away 2 tickets to the Dallas Stars game on Monday. Let's get at it right now. Here we go. This is big anticipation. Let's see who gets these tickets. Give it a spin.
Let's see if this works.
All right. Rye at Riley Bone. You are the winner. And I know this profile because I saw a notification. I believe Rye was looking to get these tickets for her boyfriend, and now she won them. That is one lucky guy. Girlfriend of the year right there.
Wow.
Riley.
Nice job, Riley Bone. I hope she's listening so she can be celebrating and letting him know right away. But either way, Ross will tweet that out later once we give him the good word.
Yeah, that's wow, huge win right there. And
congratulations, Riley.
Yes, congratulations, Riley, for sure. And we got a good show coming up tomorrow, guys. As you saw, Cheryl Pounder on the TSN broadcast, as she usually is for Senators games. Awesome analysis. Martian, I love when they got Cheryl Pounder and Mark Mathot, 2 good defensemen, just chalking it up, and they have good chemistry, eh?
You know what's great about that is we don't really have to talk about the defensemen on the postcast anymore because they do such a great job of pumping their tires every broadcast. You're never gonna see them leave out the defensive plays. But yeah, I mean, both of them are absolutely amazing at what they do. It's really fun to let that we get them for most of our games. So I completely agree with you, Pilsy.
Yep, absolutely. So that oh, there we go, right there. We see, bro,
I am the
boyfriend. Congrats to you, man. That's incredible from Calvin there. Calvin, that you got to be hyped right now. That's awesome. And hey, we're the people's pod. We've said it. We got you guys group discount tickets for 1,000 of you. We got cheap pints at Stanley's before the game. We were at the game, and we're trying to keep you guys going to the game. So Calvin and Rye, have a blast at that game. I hope there's nothing going on with your schedule, and I hope you can make it. That's awesome. That's why you come to the Postcast too. We got good giveaways going on. So love to see that. And yeah, make sure to tune into tomorrow's episode of the Locked On Senators podcast. Like I mentioned, Cheryl Pounder coming on. And that pretty much wraps it up for the nice, clean version of the Postcast, as we're trying to keep these right around 20 minutes so that they're nice, easy, digestible for the people listening on audio in the morning. But stick around. We're going to be doing a Postcast After Dark. So the After Dark essentially is just us hanging out for a bit, letting the vibes flow out, and chit-chatting a little bit more loosely about things
It's
that are
kind of
going on.
yeah, it's kind of the topics that we want to get to that we're not going to be able to put into the postcast upload basically. So this is for the people listening in their cars on their way to work after tomorrow, like in tomorrow's morning. Wow, I can't talk anyways. Maybe we shouldn't do that after dark, but no. And then the rest of it's going to be just us kind of like hitting topics, and you guys can get more involved in the chat and things like that, and we can just kind of hit all the fun stuff.
Perfect. So I'm gonna
Like
let
Tyler
things.
Boucher.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that for sure. I'm gonna let things breathe for a second here, so we got a little bit of a break. Take a breath, Martian. Maybe take a sip of whatever beverage you're enjoying right now. Rehydrate. Everybody, take a quick breather, and we're gonna start the postcast after dark. All right, guys. The postcast continues, and Martian, I'm so glad that the first couple games we were all kind of busy. Then we were all at the game, so we didn't get to do a proper kind of chill and laid
Yeah.
back, feel out the vibes postcast. And so we got the postcast after dark right now. I'm going to be taking a better look over at the comments here. I can't drive the
Sorry.
bus like Ross does. Ross can drive the bus, tweet, respond. He's all over the place. Do the giveaway, put the graphics up, everything like that. I got a bit of a goldfish brain. I can only focus on one thing at a time. So, Martian, if you see anything in the chat that you want to hit on to, you go right ahead. Grab that steering wheel from
Yeah.
me, and we'll take it away here. But let's just start with a more. Oh no, we're going to get right into it. Here we go. Question from Josh here. What did you think about the pregame Melnick tribute / banner? Great question, Josh. Love that.
Yeah.
Martian, hand it
I'm
off to
actually
you.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that we're going to get to this because it was one of those things that I wasn't expecting. I didn't really know. I thought maybe if they were going to do something like that, it might have been at the home opener, but I kind of understand that, maybe that's not the exact tribute you want to go into the home opener with to get people all fired up. I think Alfie was probably the better choice. But for game 2, I really didn't mind this move. I think other teams have done it in the past when their owners have passed away. Obviously, Eugene Melnick's tenure kind of ended on a sourish note for a lot of people. But let's not forget that he's a big reason why this team is still in Ottawa. So he is, like it or not, an Ottawa Senators legend. And I think, with Anna and Olivia still owning the team, it makes so much sense for him, to be honored, especially in front of the fans. And at this point, I think a lot of us can kind of forgive and forget. And it's kind of cool that he's going to be up in the rafters of the CTC forever. And I think it was nice. And I was seeing some stuff online that I maybe wasn't a huge fan of. Making a little bit light of it, or saying he's not worthy of going up there. Like, let's not forget, like, he's a human. It's a family thing.
Yep.
His family still owns the team. I think bygones can be bygones a little bit here, even though, I mean, look at the team we have now. This would have never happened if they, if they didn't blow up the team and it wasn't Melnick's fault in the first place. So if you want to look at it that way, we can kind of give him credit here for the great team we have right now.
Well said, Martian.
That
Yeah,
might be
that's
that might be a bad take. Like, some people might say that's a bad take, but I think I believe that way.
no, I'm with you. I thought you nailed it right there. And that's the thing. Like, the people on Twitter that want to go back to the negativity and stay there and live there,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's your choice. We're moving forward. I mean, why would that be your thought when we just had a sick home opener? It's the second home game of the year. The vibes are high. Like, to live in that kind of dark cloud and just let that be the thing that stands out. Not us. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And
It's not
I
really
kind of want
cool either.
to.
That's not cool. Like, let's just, like, we've laughed at enough jokes about, like, making fun of ourselves as Senators fans and making fun of the team
Yeah.
itself and things like that. Like, that was all fun for a while, but I mean, that's one of the main reasons I joined this community in the first place, because I just got sick of seeing that stuff, and to be doing it still to this point, it's like, oh man, what's wrong with you? Like, what? Seriously, come on.
Yeah, I agree. So to kind of shift the narrative on that, I want to just give a big stick taps and kind of gratitude towards the two Melnick daughters. I mean, it really puts it into perspective, Martian, when you see, like, these are two girls in their early 20s that are now owners of an NHL franchise. Like, I think a lot of people may be like, well, we don't really feel sorry for them. They inherited a lot of money, et cetera, et cetera. But when you inherit something like that, when you're not exactly ready and it's not exactly on your own terms, sure, it's obviously something very fortunate, but it's a big deal. I mean, that's something massive
Yeah.
that's probably taking the forefront of their lives right now, and they probably just want to be at school and hang out with their friends, but they got a massive I don't want to say burden, but they got a massive responsibility, that's a better word, on their hands. So I think they deserve a lot of credit because this team has looked very different. We can say that. I think we can
Yeah.
all agree since they have had the reins in their hands. So big shout out to Anna and Olivia Melnick.
Yeah, here. Absolutely. I'm with you on that.
All
So,
right, let's take a look at Sean Foisey's question here. Foisey, our guy, how good has Sanderson looked 4 games in? Martian, again, I'll pass this one off to you.
yeah, I mean, why is he so good already? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you don't really see him make a whole lot of mistakes, do you, Pills? Like, maybe one or two a game, but that, like, as a rookie defenseman, he is handling himself extremely well. And that hit that he took, holy, I don't know what caught him in the face. It didn't look like
Yeah,
the
it
initial. I
wasn't
don't.
a dirty hit.
No, I didn't know, definitely not.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, I like Hamonic jumping in there too, just trying to be
Yep.
like, "Hey, I'm just letting you know here, like, that's our kid, like, that's our rookie." But, like, I mean, tough as nails, and then I don't know where the stitches were. He was just his whole face was all covered in
He was
blood, but
leaking.
yeah,
Yeah.
big time. But for him to come back out there, that's a great thing. Great to see that he's not, like, seriously hurt from that or anything like that. And then also, I noticed him, like, the physical play continued throughout the game, and he was taking his bumps there too. But he didn't back down one bit because he took a big lick. Like, he was right back to it, and steady Eddie back there.
Yeah, and that you touched on something that I want to kind of amplify, Martian. I thought, like, to get that big hit, he's leaking from his face. He gets stitched up. He comes back out, and what I noticed, and again, it's little things. I'm going to keep referencing the little things that he does, but for a rookie defenseman that just got hurt in an NHL game to be able to know you have to be responsible and take a hit to make the play, he had no problem putting himself in a safe position to be hit and then move the puck on and not scramble, not hesitate, not throw it away to try to avoid a hit, not try to wiggle his way out and make things worse by getting hit awkwardly. He just, it's crazy. He has the mind of a consummate pro, and there you see the picture. Yeah, definitely. Maybe Martian, he bit his lip or something, because I really didn't see anything come up and catch him in the face. Maybe he was just shocked and maybe bit his lip,
Yeah.
and that's
I
what
don't know.
caused it.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
sure.
think I saw somebody online might have said it was a stick or something like that. But yeah, I don't
Okay,
know.
I didn't
I
see
don't
it
really.
come up there.
It looks like, I mean, to bite your lip up that high would that would be tough. That's tough to do, but yeah, no, I mean, great job by him. And just continuing what you were saying there, yeah, I think it might have been a bit of a game plan for the Caps to be on him and play him physically. And usually his skating kind of lets him get away from a lot of checks, but it felt like tonight, like, he was taking the body a lot.
Yeah, I thought we saw a massive bounce back from the decor here, which we knew was going to be the weak spot of the Ottawa Senators for quite some time. So well done by the decor. We got another question here from Pacey Totten. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. What do you think Pinto's contract will be? Ooh, Martian.
Oh, this is so hard, and I haven't thought about this at all. I don't know, Pilsy, do you what let me hear your answer on this maybe, and I'll think about it. And
Damn, I was passing that off to you because
oh, okay,
I am
no,
not
wait,
prepared for
wait.
this question either.
Let me think
That's
here. I think it's got to be a bridge, right? At this point, they got so many guys on long-term
mhm.
deals. I feel like if he keeps scoring like this, like, you almost want to lock him up early as possible at this point, which is crazy to say because he's so young. Um, but
But the
like,
problem is, Martian, I'm looking at Cap Friendly right now. So you've got your, I don't care how you want to do it. Let's just say top 2 centers. Josh Norris is making 7.95, just under 8 million for those keeping track. And then Tim Stutzla is going to be making 8.35 million. So you've got your top 2 centers making those big dollars.
yeah, I think
You
you got
kind
to
of have
look.
to slot Pinto into a third line center salary cap role here. Otherwise, you find yourself really squeezing up against the cap. Now, Gary Bettman did have massive words saying that it looks like
Yeah.
revenue is going way up and cap space will go up. But
Thank
however,
goodness.
you see what I'm saying, right? Like he's got the talent of a second line center, but
Yeah.
you can only pay so many centers top two centerman dollars. Not
I
saying that
know.
he's going to get what Norris and Stutzler got,
No,
but
I don't think it'll be anywhere close to that. I think
yeah,
you gotta look more at, like, the Batherson kinda number with, like, a
yeah,
bit of
that's
market
fair.
correction. If you can kinda get him in that area, then I think that's kind of a W, right? That's anywhere between, like, 3 to 5 years, although that's dangerous too. And if the cap's going up, then maybe you can get him locked up for longer term, but, I mean, I haven't thought about this, so I'm sorry. We both had kinda tough answers on that one.
Yeah, hey, the fans are keeping us on our toes. That's
Yeah.
we respect that for sure. All I can tell you is Pinto will not be a part of a Chikrin trade. I mean, I think that's pretty safe to say, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's the leading goal scorer right now, so
You don't just trade those guys away.
Yeah.
So absolutely, yeah. We're whatever Pinto's deal is, the longer we can keep him on, the better. Now, sticking on the Pinto talk, Mike asks, "Is Pinto a legit Calder contender?" This time, I'll take it, Martian. I would say for sure he's got to be a legit Calder contender. Now, I think a lot of people, their first kind of detraction was, well, is a third line center really going to win Rookie of the Year? But Shane Pinto, sure, he's probably not going to jump Norris or Stützle, but what he does in the ice time that he does and on the power play, and if he can figure out his face-offs, if he can
Yeah.
continue at this pace and has like Giroux and him have just been, the connection has been crazy on the power play. If he can continue this, I'm not going to go ahead and say he's a favorite, but he's in the mix.
Definitely going to be in the mix, and I may or may not have went full betonline.ag on this one. So I'm hoping he does. But no, he's
Yep.
I mean, if he keeps this pace up, then absolutely he's definitely heavily he should be a finalist for it for sure. But there's some tough competition out there, and you don't even have to look any further than on his own team. I think
Nice. Yeah.
the longer this season goes, a guy like Sanderson might start getting attention. I know the points maybe aren't there quite yet, but they're gonna come, right? He's getting power play time, and he's also sucking up a good amount of minutes too. So um, don't sleep on Sanderson either. But of course, there's always those powers and things like that in the league too. Beniers, I think, will give it a good run. So guys like that you got to look out for. But right now, I really like the look of Shane Pinto. I think the rest of the league is kind of like noticing him too, right? If you see fans of other teams that we're playing saying like, "Holy crap, this kid's way better than I thought," that means something too, because that's a very unbiased answer.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got another question here. And
When was the last time the Sens outshot the opponent by 20 shots? Well, yeah, exactly. You're gonna have to ask Ross that one. He's the one who will have that in the back of his mind. Like he
yeah,
already knows.
I do not have the answer for this question.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
it, Last March versus Arizona, 43-15 is the answer, but it looks like they lost that game. So interesting stats there
I remember that one.
from our stats guy behind the scene. But let's I feel like we've covered this game a bunch, and we got to leave a little taste for tomorrow's episode as well, Arizona next opponent. But Martian, this is your time to shine, and I'll pretty much just hand things over to you and sit back and listen. But your guy, your son,
Yes.
Tyler Boucher with the Ottawa 67s, how's he been doing?
He's been doing all right, Pilsy. He's starting off quite well. 5 goals in 5 games. Is that any good? Plus 2 assists. So, he's got
Seems good.
7 points. I don't even know. He might have had another point too that night. I was kind of watching between shifts and intermission and stuff like that. I was trying to keep my eye on my son, like a good father should. But no, I mean, this is the kind of start that everybody really wanted out of him. And I think, me included, I'm very happy with the start. He needs to keep it going though. If he can keep this pace going, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people calling him a bust. But this is what he should be doing at that level. This is what we expect. I can't wait to go watch him at the TD place.
Yeah, when's your
Soon.
first live Boucher on the ground game going to be,
That's a
Martian? What are you
great
doing?
question. I haven't looked or thought about it. I think I'll probably want to try to get to a game where like the opponents got maybe like Kitchener or something, like when they come to town and get Hamara, I can watch him
Good
too.
call.
Usually that's what I like to do, but there could be some younger guys in the league that might start, like guys who are draft eligible and stuff like that. I like to always kind of keep my eye on those guys too. So I'll wait and see what opponent I like and make sure it's not a Sens game night. And then I might try to convince my girlfriend to let me go. Because we are in season form. She's like, "Oh, hockey's starting again." And I'm like, "I'm at my computer all night."
I got the exact same treatment there, Martian. And hey, if Breck wants to win Girlfriend of the Year, she's got tough competition with Rye winning those tickets. That is that was exciting.
Yeah, I mean, nice job, Rye. But my girlfriend already got me tickets. She paid for them, so that's why I'm going to the Arizona game on Saturday.
Oh man, okay. Well, shout out
she's in the mix.
Girlfriend.
She's in the race too.
She's in the contending for Girlfriend of the Year trophy. We'll keep an online tally of that going here. Let's chat a bit. Massive news today, Martian, around the league. 32 new jerseys revealed. The reverse retros are back.
So
Ross had chatted about the Ottawa Senators one today. I'll give you a quick second to give your thoughts about the Sens reverse retro jersey.
Yeah, not exactly what I was kind of thinking it was going to be. I think a lot of us kind of heard whispers of it maybe being that swoosh Senegal jersey. So when that's happening, I'm fully expecting it to be the Senegal logo on the front. I don't know if they gave up the rights to those logos or something, and maybe they just can't put them on. I don't know why you wouldn't do that because.
It's on the shoulder patches, no?
Oh yeah, true. No, my bad. Yeah, good call out. Yeah, so I would have wanted to see the Senegal probably on the front of that, and maybe mix in a little white into the swoosh. Not super overwhelmed by it, right? I wasn't like
Martian, no laurels. I can't believe it. I was so disappointed with that.
They're really sticking with this black and red theme they've got going here. I don't know how different these jerseys are going to look on the ice. I hope they have a lot of red on the socks or something like that. But I don't love it. I don't hate it. It could have been better, but whatever.
Yeah, I think it was perfectly fine. They switched up enough. Like last year, don't get me wrong, I love the all red, but the numbers were impossible to see on TV. And there was zero creativity. That was Martian. I'm not a big graphic designer, but that was just the Sens team going on Microsoft Paint and using the bucket button, bucket button and hitting the red over the black, and it just puts it all red instead of black, and then alternating the stripes there. So they did better this year, but again, I cannot say it enough. No laurels was just
it would have been so nice to get that, just even put the new logo on that old black jersey, and I think people would have freaked out. But
however, let's take a wider lens here, go the whole NHL. I got my favorite reverse retro jersey, but I'll pass things off to you. Which one was your absolute favorite in the league?
Good question. Actually, I never really picked a favorite. You know what? One that I liked that it was getting absolutely no love from anybody was the Devils one. I kind of liked how they went with like the yellow and blue and red. I don't know if that's maybe a faux pas if like they never really.
Is that blue or green? Because they usually mix in a little bit of green there too.
Blue, I think, on it, right? Unless I'm colorblind.
I'm terrible with color shade.
And then the other one that I kind of liked that I was happy to see come back was the Capitals one. Actually.
Nice.
Yeah,
yep,
I like
that. Was in my top tier.
That reminds me of Ovechkin rookie year, flying around in that black and blue
with the tinted visor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and the yellow laces. Yeah,
that's sick. That was a look and a half. And I hope when they wear those jerseys, they let him go back to the tinted visors and let him put on those yellow laces and just fly around like old school Ovi.
I'm with you, Martian. I hope they do that as well. You didn't take my favorite one, so I'm happy it's still here. Not a lot of W's for the Florida Panthers recently. Things have been tough for them, but
here's a fresh look.
I love these Panthers reverse retros because they did. Sure, that light blue maybe isn't in their normal color scheme, but they tried something really new. I love that palm tree logo. It looks fresh. I think it's going to pop. Like, that's the thing. Some of these jerseys, like, and I got people got mad at my list, which thank you very much. Yes, here it is. Look at how sweet that looks. Like, that's going to be a lot of fun on the ice. I gave a lot of dropped points on my list for teams that just did the same thing. Like the Pittsburgh Penguins, for example. awesome jersey. But that, like, we've seen that. We've been
Yeah,
there, done that. It's the
I like
same.
that one too. But what
I
about
like
what
it,
about
but we're trying to
Minnesota?
do
Well,
something cool here.
Minnesota just did the same reverse retro they did last time.
Yeah, it's just the reverse, not
It's
retro.
like the North
It's just
Star's
bringing it back.
color.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
design
know.
team took an off season off there. They're just like, yeah,
Yeah, they
copy
got
and
a 2 for
paste.
they got a 2-for-1 deal on those, I guess, the design.
Exactly. Yeah, the Leafs
But
one is boring, as the Leafs usually are. But I mean, it's better than their last one. Their last one was god awful. That one finished in my bottom category last year.
yeah, I mean, as
I would
far as
love to
Leaf
just say I hate it, Martian, but it was okay.
yeah, I mean, Leaf jerseys are gonna look the same no matter what, unless they do something completely wild. They did actually change the color blue a little bit that they're using. It's a little bit more of a
Ooh.
softer, like, kinda like yeah, but, like, come on. Who cares? Yeah.
You love it. Who cares?
Who
Who
cares
cares
about the
about the
Leafs?
Toronto Maple Leafs? Not us. Not here on the Locked On Senators postcast
Oh,
after
the
a
postcard.
5-2 win over the Washington Capitals. 2 home games, 2 wins, a couple more home games on stead here, and we're looking at some stats here from our boy Jordy at Jordy Sens. Sens tonight allowed 0 even strength goals. Check, you'll love to see that. Outshoot the Caps 37-12. My math was correct. Nice math guy right here after the
Yep.
first period. 2 for 4 on the power play. We wanted to see that power play go up. More like 2 for 4 with the Batherson
This next one is all
opportunities here.
you. This next one's all you, Pillsy. This is gonna get you fired up.
I can't believe we haven't got to this yet. Yeah,
I know.
64% on faceoffs. That's how you keep momentum. That's how you keep possession, eh, Martian?
Yeah, yep. You said it. That's what we love to see. And
Yeah,
they did it without your boy, Dylan Gambrell, too. So
true. Yeah, Dylan Gambrell has been
the face-off
watching on the
wizard.
sidelines here, but that's okay. So, yeah, some great stats from that game. Thanks to Jordy Sens
Yeah,
there.
thanks,
Great
Jordy.
tweet, great stats. So, that about does it for the postcast after dark here. And before we go, we got to give another shout out to Rye.
Riley Bone.
Yeah, what a win, what a W, Calvin. I hope drinks better be on you. That's all I'm saying. Drinks, everything. Open the door for her. Make it a real nice night because 100 level seats
Yeah.
for an Ottawa
Monday night,
Senators home game. Woo!
he's Mr. Bone. Okay, you take care of that girl.
Yeah, definitely. That's it right there. So this has been another edition of the Locked On Senators postcast. We've been having some fun here in the After Dark segment, mixing it up. Thanks to everybody in the chat. I mean, this is why I love the postcast, Martian, because the chat is lit. Like I said, I don't have the attention span to be going back and forth. We've had some great producing tonight. Shout out our producer. And you guys have been absolutely awesome. So thanks for joining. Keeping the vibes high. For myself, Brandon Pillar, for my real guy, Laleems Martian in Ottawa. This has been the Locked On Senators postcast after dark edition after a 5-2 win over the Washington Capitals. Almost messed that up there. But
Doing great.
check out our episode tomorrow. Cheryl Pounder, have you heard of her? Have you seen her on TSN maybe once or twice? One of our favorite recurring guests. Don't miss tomorrow's episode. That's it for tonight, guys. Go Sens, go.
Meow.